Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. How's your mom doing?
She's doing pretty good this week. She learned that she doesn't need radiation, so that's good news.
Yeah.
And
So she's responding to the chemo?
yeah, well, he said it wouldn't really help her. No point doing it. It's not. And she didn't want to do it anyway. So whatever she's on, the immunotherapy seems to be. It's never going to cure it, but just making it better.
Mm-hmm.
And they changed her nausea medication, so she's not so sick to her stomach. So that makes her feel better, understandably so.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So she's having a good week. So we'll take it.
Absolutely. Yes. We did that with my mother, and I mean, she opted not to do the chemo, and yeah.
Yeah. I think my mom wouldn't do it again. Like if she had to go through chemo again, I think she would choose not to because it was so hard on her.
Right. Well, and my mother kind of knew that. She just said, no, not going there. So.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Good morning, Margaret.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi. How's everybody so far today?
Great.
So good.
Good.
Everybody.
I have on my Sunshine State t-shirt today.
That's why I said dress casually. We're not really networking. We're rolling up our sleeves, and no need to be all dolled up for today.
I've got a back-to-back day in front of the camera, so.
That was me yesterday. I was in this position on Zoom until 4 o'clock?
That's what my calendar's looking like right now. Mm-hmm.
Wow,
which is great.
I have a little webinar. One of my Celestial Circle members, Nicole Meltzer, is hosting.
I'm going to do that too.
At 9:30. Yeah, so I'm gonna jump in and listen. Her stuff is always so good, and so I'm gonna listen to that. But that's it's casual. Like I don't have to do the talking, so it's all good.
Right.
Good morning,
Hi, Hannah.
Good afternoon, Hannah. Sorry. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nicole is up. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, good afternoon.
How's your granddaughter?
Oh, she's so sweet. She's 6 weeks now. Starting to smile.
The smiles. So it's always so gratifying when the babies smile back at you for the first time, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. You guys can do your chat box if you want. Name, address, email. I'm still going to send out a chat box today because I have a feeling we'll be adding more to it as the day progresses. Good morning, Faye.
Morning.
And here comes Debbie. Almost. I don't know how she makes that camera appear and then not be in front of it. It's like she's a magician. Amazing, Debbie Keevan. Mary Beth is probably not going to join us because she is in California.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm not going to, and I didn't hear back from Judy Fritz one way or the other, so I'm not going to wait for her because I didn't hear from her. So
she was in California last week.
Hi, Susan Rose. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad you're here.
I had to pop in and see you ladies this morning.
Oh, that's so sweet. We're glad you're here representing the other virtual networkers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about growing this chapter today. So we love your ideas.
Okie dokie.
Let me see who else is not here. And Susan, if you could do your name, email in the chat box.
Oh, I will do that as soon as I get more coffee.
Yeah, that's fine. But anytime during the call. You know the routine. I think that's it. Hi, Debbie. Good morning, sweetie.
Good morning.
Good morning. I was just saying, Mary Beth's in California, so I'm not expecting her.
Yeah, she's teaching, so.
Yeah, Connie Jo is we're waiting for. I knew there was one other person. We'll give her just another minute because we know Connie Jo is not a morning person. And then we'll get started. Does everybody know Susan Rose?
No.
Oh, good. Well, she'll I'll have her introduce herself. And she's she's one of the members of Virtual Networkers 601, the Epic group.
Jim Flynn's group. I don't know the number of it.
Yeah. 601. I know they give us chapter numbers, and I'm trying to use them more, but not always the case. Well, we'll go ahead and get started because we got a full agenda today. And I'm excited to meet with just the members today because I want to talk about speakers and growing this chapter and just ideas for making this a great experience for you as, making sure we get referrals and all of that. So we're not going to do elevator speeches today. What we're going to do is you're going to introduce yourself. Good morning, Connie Jo. You're going to introduce yourself and share what you're celebrating so that we can kind of get in what we call the vortex, in a high vibrational mood. So real quick, okay, like 30 seconds a piece. I'll call on you to start off. So Judy Kane, what are you celebrating?
I am celebrating hitting my goal number of clients for the last 2 weeks.
Wow, that's very
I'm really
worthy of celebration. Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Now I'm going to ask you, how did you do it?
It was a great deal of it was through people I have met through this.
I swear I did not plant that.
Really was. Yep.
Awesome. Judy, that makes my heart sing. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just really cool. I'd been at half of that for months and months and months and months, which was my original goal. And
there you are.
yeah, now it's like, yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, well, I'm next on the little Brady Bunch. So I am celebrating having this meeting. This is something I've wanted to do for months. And I don't know, I was a little shy about doing it. But here I am. I'll explain why I'm shy about doing it in a few minutes. But I'm doing it. Here I am, being bold. Love y'all. Thank you for being here today. Margaret, how about you? What are you celebrating?
Oh, thank you. I'm Margaret, and I live in Dunedin, by the way, in Florida. I am celebrating the fact, I was working on the Faces of Domestic Violence luncheon for the last couple of months. And as of yesterday, we've raised $27,000 net.
Wow.
Just from that luncheon.
That is amazing.
That was the most we've ever made. That was above our goal.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for that good work. Awesome stuff. Good. Oh, I love this positive focus stuff. This is awesome. Hannah, your turn.
You need a bump too.
Whose turn is it?
Hannah.
Sorry. I didn't hear that. I am celebrating something very personal and very fresh, and it's a decision I have made today. I will tell you that I am moving back to Norway.
What? Oh my God, that's a huge thing for you, Hannah.
So I don't know. I'm not concerned about the house just now. I have just decided I will do that. I want to be where my granddaughter is, and also I want to get rid of the Swedes.
Goodbye, Swedes. Oh, well, keep us posted. How exciting for you. We are. I know all of us were all like, I have everybody's faces all at once, and it was just excitement for you because I know how lovely it'll be for you to be with your son and his daughter-in-law and the other son and the granddaughter. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Faye, you're next.
I am celebrating. All right, let me preface it with, y'all pumped me up yesterday afternoon, so I put on my big girl panties and I had seen a shop last week that I've probably driven by, 8 to 10 times and have never really noticed it. And I said, I wonder what they do there. So I packed up one of my capes and I walked on in there and I introduced myself, and the woman said that they have this cute shop. Connie, have you ever seen the cottage? It's behind 4 Fat Cows on that Church Street. Well, it's a store that helps fund ministry. Who knew? And by the way, their stuff is so dang cute, ladies. Y'all see it. But anyway, she had a friend who recently lost her mother to cancer, who said she was in Miami and said that her mom wished she had something like that, and really wanted to set up a shop that sold things like that for people to use for cancer. I felt like it was, and don't think I'm corny because I'm not, but I felt like it was a direction I was supposed to go in. I saw that shop the other day and it was just more curiosity because I was craving ice cream at 8 o'clock at night. We drove on over there. And I was pulled to going back there. Most times you see those cutesy little shops, you forget about it. And I just went on back in there yesterday, and she said, can I keep your card? Can I think about how we can do this? I really want to help you. And I was really excited about that. And it's because you guys helped me yesterday. Got me out of my comfort zone.
Faye, congratulations.
Thank you.
What a huge step for you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I put my big girl panties on and stuff sometimes.
Yeah, we all have to put those on, don't we? We can take them off of it every once in a while.
This morning's we'll just be like here and need to be validated.
That's it. This is all
We're good.
Thank you. Debbie, keep up the momentum, Debbie. I know you got good stuff.
Oh, do I have good stuff? What to pick? I'm going to pick something surprising, and that is that I have been hired as a contract facilitator and strategist for Bold Heart. So I am onboarding with them, and I get to impact way more people globally through their pods and strategy calls. So I'm super stoked about that.
And I'm super stoked because you get to do it with me.
I know.
Congratulations on that. Big, big thing. So much you'll learn in that position, absolutely. Connie Jo, you're next.
Okay, I'm not going to pick. I have 3 things.
Okay, go ahead.
One of my best friends just finished her radiation treatment for breast cancer, so that's very exciting.
That's very exciting.
And because of the abundance challenge, I'm sure that's partly why, I yesterday became a sustaining member of our local NPR station.
Oh, congratulations.
I have never done that before because I'm always listening in the car, and it's like, okay, I'm going to donate, but I can't call then. So it's like, I'm going to donate, and then I don't. I just forget about it. But because of the abundance challenge, I remembered. It's like, I got to remember. So I became a sustaining member. So I'm so excited about that. And I'm celebrating because the weather is nice and cool, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. So that's my 3 things.
Oh, those are awesome. 1, 2, 3, super awesome. Congratulations to your friend as well.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, Susan, I didn't save you for last because you just happened to be on, but I'm glad you're last because I want you to introduce yourself.
Okay.
Everybody knows who you are, and then if you could do your celebration.
Okay. I know a few of you. My name is Susan Rose. My company is Gutsy Happiness. So I work with professional women who are burnt out and want to figure out what their next step is. That's the short synopsis. So my celebration is I have made a decision to do more face-to-face networking. I'm an introvert, so I've been very comfortable in the online world, and I love stuff like this. But I was like, you know what, I need to get out there and actually meet people. So I've been looking for networking groups that kind of have the right mix of women in them. And I went to an event last night that was so much fun. And that's not normally a word I use to describe networking. But it was, it was pretty casual, and it was just a fabulous good time. And I walked out with 2 leads. So
awesome.
So yeah, so who knows what'll come from them. One was somebody who's going to refer me to a friend, and one was the actual person.
Good.
So follow up with her today. So, but that's great because I've done some other face-to-face networking and that hasn't happened. So I was like, okay, that's a good sign. This is a cool group. So
That is great.
it's a local group hub. So maybe the IPA had something to do with it. I don't know.
IPAs might kind of loosen the wheel, right? And you got, is that Fiona with you, or which one?
Is Tammy right now.
Tammy's giving you lots of love.
Yeah, Cammy's very needy.
Susan and I are in an animal communication class together,
So Jill is used to seeing Cammy and or Fiona.
Yeah, I'm used to one or the other, but I don't know the difference between the 2 yet, but that's okay. I'll get there. By the end of the class, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, if you haven't done so already, please put your name and email address in the chat box. Just a reminder. I'm going to go over the agenda for today's meeting, and while I go over the agenda, I want you to write something down not related to the agenda. So let me get I have a little PowerPoint today. So just do it while I do a little switcheroo. Okay, hold on. You probably see the wrong. Do you see my notes? In the next slide. Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm going to stop the share. So what we're going to talk about today is how to grow our meeting, how to get different speakers in, etc. But before we do that, so many of you know I'm reading Dare to Lead by Brene Brown, and I love this book. I want to marry it. I just want to like be in every word. And one of the things she talks about in meetings is that she has everybody in the meeting write down a permission slip. And those of you who know me really well know I love permission slips. So this is something you're just going to write down on your own. You don't have to share it. But I want you to give yourself permission to do or feel whatever during this meeting. So it might be permission to speak up even though you don't know the topic, or permission to not speak up as much, or permission to talk, or permission to be open, or whatever. It's not a promissory note, which means it's just a setting of the intention. And what she's found is it really allows people to get present during the meeting. So while you go ahead and just write that down imperfectly, just scribble it up, on your agenda or in your journal or a Post-it note, whatever the case may be. So while you're doing that, here's what we're going to talk about today. The first thing we're going to talk about is speakers. I mentioned at the beginning of during my celebration I am a control enthusiast, and I realized that in order for this group to really thrive, I need to delegate aspects of this group. Not only because it shouldn't really always be on me, but I think it'll make a deeper investment with the members, and I think it'll diversify the amount of speakers who are coming in, the type of speakers who are coming in, because really we've been kind of tapping into my network. So we're going to assign speaker months, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So that's the first thing on the agenda. And then right after that, we're going to talk about growing our membership, what kind of members we have now, what kind of seats we have open, that type of thing. So I'll go into that. And then we'll talk about maximizing your own membership, making sure that you're taking advantage of every aspect of the membership. This is going to be especially helpful for Faye, who just joined us, who hasn't been around and hasn't heard Laura's presentation more than once. Susan, this will help you too, because these are the same membership benefits you get no matter where you are, and keep it local. And then finally, we'll conclude with our normal member announcements. So that's our agenda for today. Does everybody have their permission slip written down? Just thumbs up. Okay, nods, awesome, very cool. All right, so let's get into I don't need a PowerPoint for this, so I'm gonna stop to share because I like the interaction if I can see you all. So let's talk about speakers. So what I thought would be best, and again, this is open for interpretation. I am not married to this, but I thought this would be the easiest way, is that if each member of Chapter 600, so Susan, you don't have to do this, but it might be an idea to split with Jennifer, is to pick a month that you're in charge of that month's speakers. And it would kick off in January because December is pretty much settled. You would find speaker for every Friday except for one Friday. So one Friday a month we will reserve for virtual coffee dates or business mastermind or a member meeting or an open house, some type of more non-speaker type of meeting, if that makes sense. So depending on how many Fridays are in that month, it might be 3 Fridays, it might be 4 Fridays. First of all, does that sound like a good tactic to try? Debbie, go ahead.
Here's the thing that comes to mind when you're saying that. I absolutely love that we're each responsible for getting 3 speakers. My concern is, what if we have these speakers and we can't, would it be different to say you're responsible for 3 speakers and let's line them up, but what if it wasn't all in the same month? Because some people's calendars may not fit that. I'm willing to try, but the first thing that comes to my mind is that maybe we swap. Hey, I have got a Friday, someone can't do it in this month. Could we swap? I don't know how anybody thinks about that.
I love that, and thank you, because what I thought about doing is, I was asking you, Fritz, for this help, is to set up a Google Calendar.
I can do that.
Oh, can you? Where everybody everybody types in.
Yeah.
So if you reach out to somebody and they go, I can't do it January 15th, but I can do it March 4th. And you go, great, I'll secure you. And you can look at the calendar, make sure it's open, and you just do your member friend a favor. So that was one way I had thought of that in my head. Go ahead, Faye.
To clarify the speakers, is it from speakers within our group or outside presenters?
That's a great question. Whoever. So
Okay.
you could be yourself. You could, ping Hannah and say, hey, Hannah, do you have a speaker? It could be whoever you want, or people from your own network. I would love to see some people from your own networks because of the diversification.
Mm-hmm.
Margaret knows different people than me. Faye knows different people than me. Debbie knows, well, we know a lot of the same people, but, there's also, but I think what I'm trying to strive for is two goals. Me, not doing all the speaking finding,
Mm-hmm.
and two, expanding our networks by using your networks, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm good with it, particularly if we have the flexibility for the swap, just because people
Yeah.
schedule,
Yeah, that's fine.
things.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
What if we did it by quarter? So like there were 3 people the first quarter, and the calendar would be open for those 3 people to
Okay.
schedule. It would kind of make it a little tighter, maybe.
What do y'all think about that?
So then you'd have a quarter to fill the
A quarter to fill collaboratively with 2 other people.
I
Yeah.
like that.
You like that?
It builds relationship, and it also kind of opens the window. Another tool that we could use instead of Google to Calendar is Sign Up Genius. And I can talk about that when we're done, how we're going to do it.
Okay.
I like that because that would probably make it so that we've got a better plan, so that we don't, 3 months in a row have somebody talking about the same topic.
Yeah. Yeah. And Hannah had emailed me and said, well, what if we approach the same person? Like, some of us know the same people. So like, for those of you might know Nicole Barati, but she's getting an email from Debbie and an email from Hannah and an email from Connie Joe, I'm making this up. So that might eliminate that as well. So let's try the quarter. So 3 people per quarter. So I'm going to write down first quarter for 2019. So who would like to be on the committee for first quarter? So I got Debbie. We got Margaret. And we got Hannah. And then second quarter, Faye, JK, as I abbreviate, and CJ. Let's just start with that. Let's just start with those assignments. Let's reassess in May or June, see how it's working. How does that feel?
Sounds good.
Okay, so just to repeat, first quarter is Debbie, Margaret, and Hannah. Second quarter is Faye, Judy Kane, and Connie Joe. So Debbie, do you mind talking about that tool real quick?
Yeah, so there's a great tool. It's free. It's called Sign Up Genius. And what you can do is put all the dates that we need somebody, or the dates that are available. And then we go in and we fill in who's going to do what. And we can actually see the dates that are open, and we can actually connect with a person to swap if we need to swap through the tool. It's fantastic. It does reminders. It does all that stuff.
Awesome.
It's really great.
Go ahead,
If
Faye.
you set it up, will we all have access to it?
Yeah,
Perfect.
You
So
want me to
Debbie,
set it
do you
up?
mind taking the lead on setting that up for us?
I'm happy to do that.
And you have everybody's email address if you need it on here. Susan, take notes to tell Jennifer Flynn all our great ideas. I'm going to share this with her too. And Susan, feel free to open up, if you had an idea, please don't hesitate to say something.
Can I just ask another silly question? So,
No silly questions.
somebody to speak, it's any Friday, any Friday in that quarter? It's not.
So here's the one thing I want to respect. Judy Kane is not coming on the last Fridays of the month. Is that right, Judy?
Right.
So the last Friday of the month, I try not to do coffee dates, masterminds, the non-speaker stuff, because I want her to be here for the business development. And
Thank you.
Yeah,
Right.
you're welcome. So let's just say
Let's do the Friday.
third Friday is non-speaker day.
Perfect.
Third Friday or the fourth Friday?
Third Friday.
Oh, it depends which month it is. Third
The
Friday.
third Friday in, right? Because we could have 5 Fridays, but the third Friday
Third Friday in.
is
No
the
speakers.
the open day.
That work for everybody?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're
Because I
welcome.
love participating in those interactive ones.
Yeah, well, I think to me, it's a member benefit, so I want you to be there. And it's something we can plan for, because it's a, I know sometimes you take off, but that's okay too. But that's just what.
Yeah.
So I did have one thought about that notion of inviting the same person and kind of like onslaught. You could do some sort of a Google Doc list, and everybody could just put down the people they're planning on talking to, so that you can just go look at that before you call somebody and be like, oh, okay, 3 people, or whoever puts it on there first, or somebody, you could do a spreadsheet or whatever, so people can say, yeah, that's a good idea. I was going to talk to that person too, and that would
alleviate a lot of that too. So I think within that quarter, you all work out. It could be Google. I like Google Docs. Everybody can chime in, unless there's a way to do it through Speak Up Genius or Sign Up Genius. Sorry, but I like that idea as well.
There's probably a notes section in that Sign Up Genius somewhere.
There are notes, yes. Yes, there are.
But we would be talking amongst ourselves.
Yeah, I think we would have like a little.
And don't forget, we have our Facebook group too.
Oh yeah.
So you can
do a document in the group.
Yep.
Just have a running document of possible speakers.
Very good. That's might be an essential place to put it, and that way everybody can see it. And if you know the speaker, you can you'll know who that quarter is, and you're like somebody we have Susan here who's never spoken to us, so maybe somebody sort of like that kind of thing. Like I have an idea. Blah, 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 blah. Not to put you on the spot, Susan, but we'd love to have you speak.
What do you do in the first quarter? No.
I am happy to speak. I'll tell you what, if you all have trouble filling a date, let me know and I will drop in.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Susan.
You did one for 601, right? Because I've heard your talk, so I was thinking it was here, but it must have been the other one.
No, that was the other group.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Margaret.
So just give us basic guidelines for what we want for speakers.
You're reading my mind. I always are synced up. I love it.
I do that.
So here's what I'm looking for. And this is me, and you guys do whatever you like. I love to have content that helps us grow our businesses, helps us with our mindset, helps us with marketing, helps us with being a better entrepreneur / human being on the planet. I also love inspirational stories. We had Tammy Coleman come a couple weeks ago, and she talked about her journey into creating a village for families suffering from domestic abuse. It has nothing to do with business, but her story of how she came to that, I think, was very valuable for all of us. So an inspirational story would also, I think, be a feel-good sports story. Those are the things I try to find when I look for a speaker. Go ahead, Judy.
When you talk about helping you be an entrepreneur, like a couple of the people I was planning on asking are part of the mechanics of being an entrepreneur. Like Sharon last week, she does a fabulous presentation about stuff you would never guess about toner and what to do with your printers.
Yeah, anything like that. It doesn't have to be marketing related either.
Okay.
It could be financial. Like Connie's done a great, if those of you want to tap Connie Joe again, she did a great one on bookkeeping, that kind of thing. Okay. So I would say be open and be bold. Take a stand for your speakers. If you know someone, you know this energy of this group. So find someone who's got a good energy, who's going to mesh with our personalities, and I think you're fine. The topic at that point is gravy.
And we have our people in our quarter to bounce things off of too.
Exactly.
Like if somebody, you can go to somebody and say, "What do you think of this?"
Yeah. So some other logistics is I put together the marketing materials for each speaker. So the Friday prior to their talk. So if they're talking on the 10th, then I need it on the 3rd. It's listed here on the right-hand column. I need a brief bio, a headshot, talk title, and a brief description. I need that emailed to me by the Friday prior to their presentation. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And I can get real snotty if I don't get that. Just being transparent.
Well, you've got to.
Because I got to get it out by Monday.
And your presentation is about 30 minutes, 20 minutes?
I still always say 20 minutes because everybody goes over, with 5 minutes for Q&A. Because we are such a lucky group where we have active Q&As.
Can I ask a question? One of the women that I'd like to reach out to is an attorney. She does family law. guardian ad litem is.
Love that. Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes. Anything, remember, better entrepreneur or better human.
She's all of the above.
Another thing, you guys can work this out among your little pods, your little speaker pods for that month, is I'd love for you to introduce the speaker. So you guys could take, you all figure that out amongst yourselves. But I think that since you have the inviting, that makes sense to do the introduction on that meeting. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's try it. I look forward to first quarter and seeing, what we come up with. And remember, use our Facebook group. If you have questions, you ping me. There's no wrong way to do this, y'all. I've been doing it imperfectly, and I don't, whatever. It worked out so far so good. So you can do it too.
It can be a man.
What's that?
Can we have a male speaker?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can have
This is
transgender.
not
I
a
don't care.
female only. This is not a female only networking group.
No, it just looks like it is. But the other virtual networkers have, I believe, 2 men. It's funny. It's just how it worked out. Yeah. And we can ask the other virtual networking group too. So don't forget, we've got some gentlemen over there who we can invite. All right. So that's the speaker thing. We'll continue that conversation. Speaking of speakers, though, I just want to remind you, we do have a speaker schedule. Next week, I have Stacy Andon, who's a business coach. November 2nd, I just want to mention this again. No 8 a.m. meeting on November 2nd. Instead, I invite you to come at 9:30 a.m. on the same Zoom link. This is for you too, Susan. I'm personally live streaming the all-member Keep It Local meeting here in Newport Richey, Florida. So I'll be bringing my laptop, and through Zoom, I'll be broadcasting that meeting that Laura is putting together. And so if you can make it from 9:30 to 11 virtually, please join us. And I believe Margaret and Judy Kane are coming in person. So yay! Yes. So
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Jealous.
yes. Well, you can fly down. It's lovely weather in November, actually.
Sure. I've got guests.
I will be down there November 19th.
Oh, cool.
I have a free bedroom, somebody wants to come and stay.
There you go. Hannah, come on over. Much warmer. I don't know if you like that, though.
You don't have to twist my arm.
November 9th, our own Margaret Martin's presenting. November 16th, we'll have our business mastermind where we'll ask each other questions. November 23rd is the Friday after Thanksgiving. Also my honey's birthday. No meeting the week of Thanksgiving. So Hannah, even though I know we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Sweden or Norway, we will be eating cranberry sauce and turkey, and we'll send you our love. November 30th, our own Debbie Keevan will be speaking about her Camino experience based on a request from our members. I can't wait for that. And then I'm really honored on December 2nd, my brother-in-law, we got a guy, Charlie Will, who has been to one of our meetings. I am so proud of him. He asked if he could speak to our group. And he is a delight if you've never met Charlie. So he's our December speaker. So one of our December speakers. So I know you'll enjoy him as much as I do. So that's our speaker piece. I'm going to move on now. I'm going to slide share again. And we're going to go on now to the membership piece. So this is our chapter. So this does not include Jennifer's chapter that Susan's a part of, but these are the members of our chapter and the seats that you hold based on the official Keep It Local directory. If there's a change, just email me. Don't have to talk about it here. But these are the seats that we are holding. Remember, this is a seat-specific networking group, which means there will only be one graphic designer in this particular chapter, only one marketing coach, only one animal communicator, So I thought this would be helpful for you to see the seats that we currently have occupied. I want to just add that Sharon, who joined us last week, is intending to join us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's going to join us officially next week. She's made a commitment. So I didn't want to add, I'm always like, I don't like to add till everything's official, but so just a little note that she, printer and toners, so that'll be another seat that office supplies, that kind of thing, will be held by her. I'm really excited to welcome her. So these are the seats that we currently have. This is just an FYI. So I put together a brainstorm. Y'all, this is just a brainstorm. But one of the way we have some, I think, some pretty large gaps in our networking group of seats that are not filled that I would love to have filled. Not all of these are the large gaps. These are just a brain dump that I had. But these are the types of openings that we have or we can create for people. And the ones, in my opinion, that are kind of a large gap are the health coach, the web developer. Now, Hannah, does that interfere with you, a web developer / designer?
I do web design, but I don't call myself a web developer. I'm not a programmer. So
Okay.
this is, this
So
is.
if we recruit somebody who could set up a WordPress site, that would interfere with what you do.
Yes, it would. But if you got one that was a WordPress, a programmer that now did the technical side, that would be great.
Okay. All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Mm.
Social media manager. We don't have some people from, we don't have any MLM in here, which is surprisingly, where's our doTERRA, that kind of stuff. Other online boutiques, people who sell candles, that kind of thing. So this is just a brain dump. And you see I have spots here to type. But my question is, and this is just a starting point for us, who can we invite individually to join our group that doesn't already have industry represented by our current population? Susan, what is what category do you fall under?
I'm not actually sure what Jen put me under. I'm assuming that I'm also under life coach. So that,
yeah.
Begs the question, because there are so many nuances in it, but based on what I've heard, I don't think Margaret and I work with the same people. So, so that's always a question mark in these specific things.
Yeah.
Right.
That's another thing. So yeah, I haven't seen this list of Jen, so I don't know where she put me.
Okay. She was just nosy. So I'm opening up the floor for, everybody just pipe in, but looking at this list, and again, this is not everyone we need to recruit, but
so
are there people we can invite?
I have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when I see social media manager, but what if that, to me, that encompasses all social media, all the platforms out there.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we have one person, we know that Laura does Instagram mostly. I think maybe she doesn't, maybe she does other. But what if we have somebody that does Pinterest and that's all they do? They don't really do Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or any of that stuff. Is that a challenge?
No, it's not, because in the virtual world, I get to create the seats.
Gotcha.
So if we find someone so Laura's an ad hoc member. So a social media manager is someone who actually implements the marketing for you. So someone who, which is what Laura does. That isn't, and again, I was just kind of using in general, but if we have someone who's a Pinterest expert, and I wouldn't I would never bring in another LinkedIn expert, Margaret, because I think you occupy that seat. But a Facebook ads expert, that kind of thing, I would definitely be open to that.
I know a good Facebook person.
Do you?
Yeah.
PR person, productivity expert. I know some of us know Katie Mazzocco, Nettie Owens, that kind of person. Travel planner. Travel's all virtual. So looking at this list, what I'm asking, first of all, is there a job title in here that's missing?
Oh, probably.
It jumps out at you. It jumps out at you.
Well, we have
a comprehensive list. I got to give myself some credit.
It's a great list. Yeah,
It is a great list. You have things on there I never would have thought of.
Like a nutritionist.
Or a numerologist.
I pulled this from my ideal client profile.
When I saw that, I was like, who would think of that?
Jill.
So my friend who's the angel communicator is not a morning person. So that's one of the challenges for some of the
I bet Jennifer would be happy to welcome her if she's a noon Monday person. So again, think that way too.
Yeah.
I want to grow our chapter, but if anybody might be a good fit for Jennifer's chapter, please let them know, at the same time.
I have a friend who's a feng shui expert. She's in Texas, so I think that's an hour earlier. So
Yeah.
I'll reach out to her.
Reach out, either chapter, Susan, right? I mean, so I guess here's what I'm asking. Look at this list. Think about who you know that you can reach out to, for our chapter or for Jennifer's or both, and let them know and ask. And here's the thing about guests is here, I actually have a whole slide about it. Look at me being I'm so efficient. I didn't even realize it.
Are you going to send us that list?
Yes, this PowerPoint's going to come to you.
Perfect.
You can you refer them to the chapter, the appropriate chapter, or both. So right there on the Keep It Local website. Remind them this is virtual, so they have to have a webcam and microphone. Please don't assume they know that. Take it from me. People show up they can't talk. Explain them seat-specific networking, that they would be the only, that if they invested in Keep It Local, that they would hold the seat. And how that helps referrals. Talk about your own referrals, that kind of thing. But they can visit us up to 3 times before committing to membership. So they can come try us out. They can come try Jennifer's chapter out, etc. Once they commit, and I do approach them. If they get to number 3, I do email. Membership dues are $175 annually. Very affordable. If they need payment arrangements, we will work on that. Laura is very flexible. Some people pay monthly, some people pay every 6 months. So if there's somebody who might be in a little bit of a bind, no judgment, been there, done that, we will work with them. So don't get into the discussion with it, but just say, oh, there's probably an option for you. And remind them that all meetings are recorded and that they get the recording as well as the chat box as well. But also, in addition to logistics, remember the emotions. Talk about the results you've seen as a result of being a member of our group. Talk about the energy of our group. We have a great energy here. I think all of us would agree. You want to invite someone who's not going to be a Debbie Downer or wet blanket or monopolize the conversation or whatever. We want someone to match our energy. Explain why you like virtual networkers.
Wait.
What?
Don't you mean Darlene Downer?
I'm sorry. Yes, Darlene Downer. Explain why that person would be. So people love to feel like they're part of something, and they like to feel included and selected. So say, you know what? Here's why I would love for you to be part of this group. I think you would fit right in. That kind of language. And what I do ask that is if a guest comes based on your invitation, that you reach out after the meeting and ask them what they thought or what questions they may have. You're welcome to refer them to me, but I think it's just like if you invite a guest to your home, you want to sort of conclude that relationship. So please reach out and ask them what questions they have, if they need to visit another meeting, if they're interested in becoming a member. You don't have to sell it. It's just closing the loop, and you can say, awesome, I'm going to send you to Jill, and I will take care of the clothes and everything like that. Are we comfortable with this? I can't see everybody, so hopefully you're all shaking your head.
Yes.
Any questions?
Nope.
No. So I have a question for you.
Can I ask, before you ask your question, can I just
Absolutely.
ask a clarifying question? Because in the past, when I've thought about speakers, I thought about speakers who might be potentially good guests, but
Yeah.
I think that they're kind of mutually exclusive now that I'm thinking about it, because somebody who may not be able to join because they don't have a virtual business or whatever, would that still be a good presentation because of the parameters that we're looking?
I think so. We had Shannon Fury here a couple weeks ago, and she was just, she was just doing to build brand awareness, and she just wanted to present. So I would say the speakers don't necessarily have to be potential members, though it would be really nice. If we can get a 2-for-1 deal, I would love it. That's a great question. So my question I want to bounce out to you is, we have, I think there's 9 of us now, maybe 10 coming with Sharon. How many members would you like to have in the group? So the Keep It Local goal per chapter for in-person chapters is 18. Based on Laura's long tenure running networking groups, There's something magical about the number 18. It brings enough people to the meeting, because not everybody comes to every meeting, right? Life happens. So, but it brings enough people to the meeting for it to be vibrant at every meeting, allows for enough diversity in referral sources, etc. So I throw that number out as a possibility. As someone who facilitates a lot online, there are advantages to intimacy in a virtual environment because you can't talk over each other. And it's just a different environment than in person, you know, as you might imagine. So we may not have a magic number to come up with today, but I want to beg that question out to you. How many more members would you love to see? What do you think is an ideal number? And again, we may not know the answer, but just wanted to open the floor. Any thoughts on that?
I was going to say 18 is a good number. Numerologically, it becomes a 9. So that's a really strong number.
It also means to life.
Yeah. So let's try it, right? And see, you know, we can go. That was always my goal as well, but because I'm not good at setting goals, numerical goals, so I was kind of latched on what Laura said. I mean, she knows what she's doing. So let's just try to. I don't want us to get unwieldy. Is the thing that I want to prevent, because I don't want 20 minutes of elevator speeches, that kind of thing. Which if you've been to some of the larger networking groups in your area, that could be, you know, you might have seen that where it becomes like, okay, 11:30, we're still doing elevator speeches. So we, you know, those kind of logistics, I don't have the benefit of the in-person piece, but I think 18 would be a good number to strive for. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Go ahead, Faye.
How many did you say are here now?
Let me go back to this. Let me go back. Because I'm guessing 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and then Sharon, who will join next week, will be 10. Okay, so let's try to find 8 more members. Let's start with that. How's that feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got one I've been talking to anyway. So yeah.
You were so good, Judy Kane. Thank you, Dyer.
So as I'm the token interloper this morning, I just want to talk about visiting other chapters, because, you know, when I joined Jen's group, and that's obviously my home chapter, that's great, but it's like, oh, you know, go to the other meetings too and get to know more people. And, you know, not every Friday, but, you know, I love coming into this group. So what is the position on that? Because as the group is growing, how much of other cross-chapter meetings do you actually want? And how do we stay respectful of, you know, if there's somebody in our seat in the other chapter? Like I want to be very aware of that.
Yeah, thank you for saying that.
But I also, you know, like this is a great time, and this is a great group. So I also, you know, here all the time.
So if we got to the point, let's just go down the worst case scenario route first. If there was, for example, someone who, I'm going to make this up. Let's say someone who is an SEO expert approached me and said, I want to join your group, Jill. As a courtesy, I would flip back to Frank Deming, who's the SEO expert in Chapter 601. And I'd say, hey, Frank, I got someone who wants to join as the SEO expert. By bylaws, in order for Frank to reserve the SEO seat here in my chapter, he would have to pay another $175 so that he owns both seats. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Right? Now, that's the worst case scenario. I don't like to operate in an ugly world, and I think that would be an ugly world. To me, that's just weird. But that's what the bylaw, that would be by protection in that situation. I think we are all adults here. We can manage that. I will always welcome anyone from any Keep It Local chapter, local or virtual. If I have 18 people and you're number 19, I would love it. I would love it. I think that is where I want you to succeed, and I want you to make those connections. And if we go 5 minutes over, then we go 5 minutes over. That's what but it's a little different with members because I can control that number. But I definitely want 601 to come over here and visit us, and I want you all to go visit them. So
yeah, 601 needs more visitors.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that.
I don't mean that. I mean, like, I love the energy of this group. So I like it when this.
Yeah, we like having you here.
Come over to 601.
Yeah, we want you to come visit us anytime.
Okay. I just, I think that's just always something. I think because I recently left BNI and my old business was there, and that's a very rigid structure of what this is, and so. But I still kind of come from that mentality of
Understood.
like my personal opinion in life is like there's enough for all of us, and I welcome being around people who technically compete with me because I don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, I have marketing coaches that come speak here, and people are like, "But you're the marketing." I'm like, I don't care. If you get a great nugget out of Stacy, who's coming next week, I'm so thrilled because I certainly will learn too. I'm the same way. So,
but that's not, I have that attitude. But when other people that competed with me would come to the group, and I'd see all my business going to them, and be like, am I really as cool about this as I think I am? So anyway, I just always want to be respectful and make sure everybody's like okay with it. So
yeah, I think we're all on the same page here collectively, energetically, and it's that at least the bylaw. That would be the thing I would use if somebody got squirrely. But other than that, I welcome. People for local. I've had people who are Palm Harbor, Florida-based, Tarpon Springs, Florida-based, who just come just to check us out because they're just curious, and I welcome that as well. So just the looky-loos are welcome too. So it's a great question. So just to recap, we're going to go for 18 chapter 600 members with guests always welcome. You have the remember, you're going to get this presentation. You have the I'm going ahead of myself. You have the brainstorm list here that you can go to. So my question is, who do you know who? Who can you reach out to? And what commitment can you make on reaching out? So if you could just use the chat box. And it's okay if one of you approach people, say 2 different people in the same industry, because it's a numbers game, y'all. I could have 10 travel planners come here, and likely then I'll have 1 who commits. So it's a numbers game. If you know, just type it in the chat box. Just type it in. And if you could please extend an invitation for them to come. And, I think that would be, the onus is on all of us to grow the chapter, right? So I need your help with this. Is that fair? I also wanted to remind you that every week on Monday, I create an event page for our upcoming meeting. And I invite the official members of 600. Susan, I'm going to include you on that in the future, if that's okay. Mm-hmm. If you could even just share that event page, many of you do this automatically, but if you could share that event page with someone specifically and or on your timeline or in your Facebook groups, I would really appreciate it. Not only does it give the invitation, but also with the Facebook algorithm gets that event out there. So if you could just commit to sharing our event pages every week. You're invited to it on Mondays. It's always in the Virtual Networkers Facebook group. And then on Thursdays, you get when the reminder email, the link is always there. So you get it a few different ways. I think that would be really helpful for kind of a viral, organic share as well. Is that cool with everybody? Okay. So I see people putting things in there. Awesome. So if you could reach out sooner than later, I would love to hear if you could use the Facebook group, the Virtual Networks Facebook group, and keep us updated on your progress, even if you reach a dead end. I think just the energy of it is important. So would that be fair for you to share your updates, your progress with inviting members? If you get someone to come, please give us a heads up. I got a special guest coming on Friday. It's so-and-so. So we can all welcome that person. We'll be waiting for that person to make them feel super welcome, because I think I'm pretty good at that. But especially if I have advance notice, I'm really good at that. So that would be really awesome.
So, quick question.
Yeah, I was going to say, any questions? Margaret, once again, you're reading my mind. I love it. Go ahead.
I see Judy Kane said she's reached out to an aromatherapist. I also have somebody in mind that does the oils and things like that. I assume those would be the same type of person.
But it's okay. Reach out to her too, because Judy's person may be like, I can't do it, or I'm not interested. Or
exactly.
So feel free.
But I was also thinking of her as a speaker as well for how.
Great.
Yeah. And so because it's also in the MLM kind of
Yep.
could be either way, but I didn't want to. But anyway, I'll invite her anyway. But
Yeah. I would just remember you can't do this wrong. Really.
I've got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Connie Joe.
I've got a couple of coaches in mind, and I don't know, I guess you'd call them life coaches or business coaches. So that coach is kind of a broad term.
It is a very broad term.
And so how are we going to decide if that seat's taken? Because they're different. They have completely different approaches and personalities, and so how do we do that without
I would just say to that person, like, let's say you find somebody who's a business coach, but maybe they're a business coach for nonprofits, or I'm making this up, totally making this up. I don't have that expertise. So I'll be like, oh, awesome, bring her in. I think it's just a dialogue, and I'm always invite her. And if she wants to join, I take over that conversation and I work out if it's meant to be, it'll work out, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or would you defer to the person that already has a seat and
if it gets real close, absolutely. So if it's a person, so if it's a person who writes press releases, I'd be going to Debbie and like, is this too close to you or not? And Debbie has the right to veto in that situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. Even like you, Connie Joe, because maybe an accountant, but I think that's so close to you that.
Yeah.
Well, and even if it's another bookkeeper, if they have a different niche, or even a different personality, I'm not right for everybody.
Yeah, but it's all I do is seat specific is that you own it. But that's just an example.
Yeah.
So again, don't be afraid of making a mistake. If someone is energetically a match for this group, we will figure it out. That's, I think, the best litmus test, don't you think?
Yeah. Okay.
I actually would add an accountant onto this list because accountant is complementary to Connie Joe.
Yeah.
All my stuff feeds from her to the accountant because the accountant does the actual tax filings. And
okay.
Not that Connie can't do some of it, but she can't sign them.
No.
If you
and
have
even like a financial planner, I don't do financial planning.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's finance, but there's a lot of different areas.
I would say insurance would be on there as well. Someone from insurance.
Like business insurance, especially, right?
Yeah.
If you have any other ones that I'm missing, can you drop them in the chat box? I will update that slide, the slide here, with your suggestions. Okay. How are we doing on time?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Shit. Sorry, guys. We're going to That's my official chapter mouth. Sorry about that. Any other questions on attracting members?
Yeah.
All right, I want to talk about your membership. We'll do this real quick because I think a lot of you already are doing this, but I just want to remind you that you made an investment in this group and I want you to get the most out of it. And many of you already are. Here's a list of things that are available to you as a member of Keep It Local. And because I was poking around in the directory looking for industry seats, I happened to notice that some of you were missing a few items. Now, poor Faye is like, I didn't even know about this. So on the next slide, I have the links to update this. But just a reminder, make sure you update your directory listing. Some of you need photos. Some of you need your social media links. It's optional, but I just wanted to point that out that you have those opportunities there. I would really add the photo for sure. You want to make sure that you liked the Keep It Local Facebook page. The link will be on the next slide. And feel free to post your content. So if you have a blog that you want to post, or a webinar, or a graphic that you created, like Connie Joe, you make some fabulous graphics. I would just share them to the Keep It Local Facebook page. Other people can see them as well, as an example. Make sure you're a member of the Keep It Local Facebook group as well as the Virtual Networkers Facebook group. I know all of you are in the Virtual Networkers one. And please participate in them. Feel free to post things, ask for help, especially in the Virtual Networkers. That's our online hub for this group, and I'm going to work really hard on making it more vibrant now that we got some more members in there. So feel free to post in there. Don't forget, on the Keep It Local site itself, you can upload your events. So if you are hosting a webinar, or if you're hosting a workshop, or whatever the case may be, you can submit it, an event there. as well as a blog post. Again, the next slide gives you directions. Please visit other chapters. We talked about this already with Susan, but remember, we do have another chapter from a virtual networking standpoint that meets Mondays at noon Eastern. You are welcome to go visit there. Jennifer would love to have you there. And I know some of you have already done that, but please feel free to arrange it. And then Margaret and Judy Kane, you are welcome to go to any of the local meetings. I think some of you I think you guys already have, but just a reminder. Make sure you're arranging for coffee dates. I do hold virtual coffee dates, but they're only 15 minutes. Reminders to go out. You get each other's email addresses. Do a 30-minute virtual coffee date to get to know each other and spawn those referrals. And then get on the speaking calendar, as now everybody's sort of involved in the speaking calendar. But if you have a burning desire and it's not your quarter, email the person from the quarter and say, hey, I really would love to talk if you have a slot open. Getting on the speaking calendar helps us learn more about your business. Even if you've spoken already, you're welcome to do the same presentation or something else. It can be super casual. It does not have to be PowerPoint slides. Okay? Any questions on maximizing your membership benefits? Here are the links. Again, you'll get these through your email. That make it easy for you? Is that?
Yes.
Okay. So I was thinking, I was thinking of Faye, because she didn't get any kind of membership orientation. So here it is, Faye. And let me know if you have any questions. Go in the Facebook group and ask if you have any questions on that.
I do have one question.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead.
Odd. As some of you are already on my personal Facebook page know, I'm pretty vocal. So I apologize if it's not up your alley right now, but it's my page. But my Kathy's Cape page is linked to my personal page. Mm-hmm. So I can't send things from Kathy's Cape to your Facebook pages. It always comes from me. So do you see all my personal posts? Which is, from my political standpoint, I'm really okay. But as far as my photos that I post, like of my grandgirl, I don't want the whole world to see them, just the people I know that are looking at them on my page. Which is pretty well locked down for many a reason. But how does that work if I want to go to the virtual networking page? So I can't post from Kathy's Cape. It comes right from me.
I think we need to add you as an editor to the Facebook page for Keep It Local, and then that'll enable you to share for Kathy's Cape to Keep It Local and keeping Faye's personal profile off.
Okay.
Be involved. So that's it's a permission, and I will grant that to you after this meeting.
Thank you so much.
It was a great question. You all should be editors of the Keep It Local Facebook page. If you are not, let me know. Any other questions before we get into announcements? Thank you for bearing with me today.
Sure. This was really good. This was really good.
It was really good.
We should do this like twice a year or something. Like this is really good.
Or something, just kind of circle the wagons.
In fact, can I put you down for March? No, just kidding.
Yes. I probably would that third Thursday or whatever. Yeah.
Ladies, I just want to say thank you for letting me be me. Sometimes I can.
We love that you're you.
Yeah.
Like I'm not clear in what I'm asking or saying, and sometimes it sounds almost elementary, and it doesn't come out the way I want it to. So just thank you for trying to clear my thoughts. You guys are a great group.
Oh, thank you, Faye. We're glad you're
Happy you're here.
Yeah, we think you fit right in. Before we get into member announcements, one thing I want to mention, we talk about membership, growing our membership. I am considering doing another open house in December. It would be a Friday 8 a.m. I think that helps a lot with many of you came in through an open house activity. My thought is I just want to check with Laura, make sure I'm not interfering with something on a bigger scale, Keep It Local thing. But I'm thinking about hosting a sort of a fun holiday-themed open house. I'm really good at virtual parties. And is it okay to brag? Is it okay to say that?
Absolutely.
Totally brag.
Yeah.
In fact, you're overdue.
Thank you. I am overdue. Just something fun. I'm just going to brew something, and I'll keep you guys posted. But if I do that, would I have a commitment from you all to one of two things, both optional? Invite people to it. Secondly, I love to sweeten the pot to join us by offering incentives. Like I always throw in Celestial Circle, So if you've got something you can throw in, even if it's a lead magnet or a free coaching session or whatever, I can approach individually, but if I just want to plant that seed, that really helps people, I hate this expression, pull the trigger, make the decision to go in. So does that sound like a cool plan for everybody? Okay, I'll pick a date and we'll have you come for that. And Susan, you can come too.
Yay.
We're going to adopt you, Susan.
Can you wear ugly Christmas sweaters? Are there ugly holiday sweaters?
Yeah, we'll have to come up. If you have ideas,
Oh,
let
I
me know.
I have a fabulous ugly holiday sweater, so bring it.
You may have to turn the air conditioner on depending on what
We
the
can wear ugly
weather
shirts.
is.
I didn't bring mine down here.
We'll have to, Floridians can wear ugly tank tops.
Oh, that's true.
Go to Bell's and get one of those, ladies in
Oh,
Florida,
I know.
we're talking right with Bell's.
There's
I
some
love
really
Bell's.
ugly ones, yeah.
I love Bell's. All right, let's do announcements. If you have to go, I completely understand, but let's just do a quick round of announcements. This is where you get to share what's a referral you're looking for, something you're working on, promotion, anything like that. I'm going to start at the bottom this time, and now that means Susan Rose will go first.
Oh, me. So I'm getting ready I'm going to be doing a product launch toward the end of the year. So I don't have anything right now, but when I'm ready to do that, I would really love some support getting that out.
Absolutely. Keep us posted. If you don't visit us, put in the Facebook group so we can see it. Hello. See? Universe agrees. Connie Jo.
We haven't officially set it up yet, but I want to announce that I have an accountability partner. Hannah and I are going to be accountability partners.
I'm so excited.
I really need it. And I'm putting it out there so you all can hold me accountable too.
I love it. A match made in heaven, you two. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to just kudos to, because this comes from a Celestial Circle call yesterday, but Connie Jo asked for something specific. She asked for accountability buddy. And so many people don't do that. They don't ask for what they want. And I'm proud of you, Connie Jo, for opening your mouth and saying, I need accountability buddy. And then you couldn't, Hannah's arms couldn't get up fast enough. So I just want to thank you for doing that. Speaking of Hannah, you're next.
I think I have made my biggest announcement already today about moving back to Norway. But, I'm a graphic designer and visual brand manager, but I'm also working very much with video. And I have decided that my 2 words for 2019 will be I am the educator and animator. So I already have some contacts who may wish to help me by making a pilot video for their business. And so it will not be very expensive, and I can use it in my marketing for my videos. So
if you need somebody.
Yes, I need somebody. Yeah. I will PMU, isn't that what they say?
Okay. Awesome. And Debbie had her hand up too if you need another guinea pig. Awesome. Hannah, I'm so excited about that. That's awesome for you. Faye!
Well, I don't have any big announcements this week, but I am looking for some help in spreading the name of Kathy's. You all know of the boutiques that may carry some of the supplies that are offered to the services that may be offered to somebody going through chemotherapy, any other infusion therapy. And my mother-in-law, bless her heart, this week said that I'm limiting myself. As much as I stay in my lane, because over the years I've been kind of pushed out of my lane and I get sidetracked, my lane has been the infusion therapy. Her point is, no matter where you live, it gets cool in the evening if you're a little bit older. And anybody could use the cape, and anybody who's bound to a hospital may want the cape to keep them fed. So any of the boutiques that supply anything that somebody may want if they're hospital bound or having the infusion therapies, I would love the connections.
If you know someone who owns a boutique, reach out to Faye. Awesome. Debbie.
I just want to show, this is Hannah's book. Absolutely amazing. It is like one of my all-time favorite projects. So if you know of anybody who is writing a book, wants to write a book, I would love to have a chat with them to see if they want an editor. But I just wanted to show off Hannah's book.
Hannah's book is awesome.
It really is.
I can't
So
wait to get my
fun.
hands on it. Officially, I have a proof that I proofed for her, but no pressure, Hannah.
So how do we get this book? How do we acquire this book?
When it's published, it will be available on Amazon, and I'm sure that you could probably get autographed copies.
Whoa.
Because this is awesome. It is so Hannah.
Full of
And I have an awesome editor.
I'm having fun, so thank you.
Thank you.
Can't wait for Hannah to get her book out. It's been a project in the wings for a long time. Absolutely.
Yes. Someone
Debbie, I
is.
got your book this week too. If you
Mm.
What book did you get, Faye?
Debbie's book arrived.
Oh, Debbie's book. Awesome. Yay. I love when we support each other through our books.
You.
I got
started
mine
it yet, but
too.
it's there. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I read your story and I read Mary Beth's story. I'm working my way through it.
Awesome. Good. This is Shine, for those of you who don't know about the book. Speaking of books, Margaret, our Chatter That Matters author.
Thank you. And today I'm promoting my Journal of Gratitude.
Nice.
And for virtual networkers, if you order anywhere between 6 and 10 copies, they're $8 each instead of $9.99.
Awesome.
So I put that in the chat.
Thank you. That's a great
Great
gift.
for holiday gifts.
Mhm. If you look at client gifts, that's a good one.
And basically what it is I've been doing gratitude every evening, almost every evening of my life for the last 20 years. And so that's what I use the book for. There are quotes about every 5 pages. So it's a book of lines for you to write 1 to 5 things about each day for which you're grateful. That's the whole purpose of the gratitude journal, but you can use it however you want.
Yeah, awesome. I write a gratitude journal every night. It really does help close the day.
It does.
Yeah. Judy Kane.
Yes. Hi. Okay. So my usual, which has been working out fabulous for me, is I'm always looking to talk with coaches so that we can see if there's some way that I can help them with their clients. And I've got a Psych K workshop coming up in January down here in the Tampa area that lets people learn how to use Psych K with themselves or with others. So if
Awesome.
you hear of anybody that's interested in that and wants to be in Tampa in January.
That's really the best time to be in Tampa, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah.
We need to move to Tampa is what needs to happen. But
Judy, don't forget to use the event thing.
I'm going to. We haven't finished putting the flyer together.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure. And feel free to share that and keep it local.
Oh, it's on my list.
Yeah. I just remind, because I know it's a newer habit for us. I have to do it too. So reminding myself as well this year.
Yeah.
Real quick announcements for me. I am still always looking for lovely members to join the Celestial Circle. Next month's theme is 2019 planning. So if you know someone or are someone who needs help planning your 2019, I would invite you to come join us, celestialcircle.com. Membership is only $59 a month. And we have a lot of fun. I say that with all genuineness and authenticity. We have a lot of fun together. So feel free to join us. I'll put that in the chat box. So you're going to get in your email a recording. This recording, it's unlisted, so don't worry. I'll share it with you, but nobody else in the world will see it. You're going to get a copy of the PowerPoint presentation. You're going to get a copy of the chat box. My first quarter girls, Debbie, Margaret, Hannah, you guys will meet independently and do your thing. Don't forget, second quarter comes after that. Faye, Judy Kane, and Connie Joe, so you guys can meet later on in 2019. Any other questions? Anything else we can help each other with today?
Jill, I can set up the sign up Genius if
Thank
you want
you.
to send the
Oh.
link. So if you just give me, because I have a meeting at 9:30. So
Me too. I think we're all on the same
We're
meeting.
Are we all in the same meeting?
Probably.
Awesome.
She's joining us too. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever, even over the weekend. That would, yeah, whatever you need to do. Okay. All right, ladies. So I will see you next Friday, 8 a.m. with Stacy as our speaker, and I look forward to seeing you. Thank you for your time today. I truly appreciate it.
Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
Good weekend. Bye bye. Bye bye.